want to welcome everybody that's here. Oh, okay. The recording started, so the meeting has started. So welcome everybody. And I got some feedback. Okay, I think I'm good now. Okay. Want to take this opportunity to welcome any new people that are here. Is there anybody, can somebody tell me if there's anybody in the participation list that might be new? Or somebody's new, chime in?
I don't see any new folks.
Okay, then we'll move right along. But for all you old folks, welcome. Okay, and all you old folks know about our sponsors and supporters, and we'll forego any additional on that. Well, let me go back. I do want to say that I believe today is Amanda's birthday, and Amanda is co-owner of Digital Pro Lab with Ray. And on behalf of the Photographic Society, I want to wish her a happy birthday. And she'll probably never see this, but I think Holly,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Since you have access to the club email address, and I think it would look better coming from the club's email address.
Sure.
Could you just send a happy birthday note to Amanda on her Digital Pro Lab account?
Absolutely. I'll take care of that.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on. Social media sites. Everybody knows we've got social media sites, but we're going to have to come back to this in just a second, though. You know, we've got the web page, the Facebook page, and the meetup site. A couple of things I want to cover here. I have an action item for a suggestion that was submitted about we should have a location for events. Okay. And list the events that were going on. And if anyone knew of an event that was going on, they could offer the suggestion. And I just wanted to point out, and I have to go back to our website and point out that at the end of the different tabs, we have upcoming events and news. Now, the very first, when you open that up, the very first thing you see is all the monthly meetings for the current year, plus our board meetings. And then the next thing you see is call for entries and events. And I will admit that our call for entries and events is pretty much limited to the New Braunfels Art Gallery and A. Smith Gallery up in Johnson City. And we probably could expand on that. But what I wanted to do, and we don't have everybody here, I don't think. Is Frank here?
He's coming in right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's joining right now.
Okay, then let me.
He's here. Hi, Frank.
Okay. Hey, Frank.
Hello.
Hey, Frank. Hey, I was just discussing the action item that you sent me about somewhere to put events.
Yes.
And I was pointing out to the membership that we, on our website, we have at the end of the menu tabs, upcoming events and news. But I did also point out that it's pretty much limited to just calls for entries right now. So we could, post events there, but if we use that as a location to do it, I was gonna solicit from the membership someone that could help Holly learn the website. So maybe they could be tasked with, or help with that. Now, here's another alternative, and that is our meetup site. Okay. Frank, you may or may not know it yet, but I went in and made you upgrade. I gave you admin status on that site so that you could post events.
Okay.
Okay. So, but this is the suggestion I have for the entire membership. Okay. It takes more than 1, 2, 3. I mean, even the board is 7 people. Okay. And, along with the different tasks that each board member has, adding things to that just adds to the time that they're already given to the club to do the tasks that they have to do. So my suggestion would be, all of the club members that are somewhat meetup savvy, I'd be willing to up your admin status to the meetup site to where when you saw something, you could post it so people would know about it. But you'd have to be in the description, you'd have to be clear that this is a posting only, or whether or not you plan to be there. But aside from just trying to make it, because all of us find out about different things, and then by the time we share it, there's not enough, there may or may not be enough time to plan for it. If we were to continually try to update the meetup site with different events that was going on, and we could see things that maybe people are going to. So even if you post something that you found out about but couldn't go to, well, maybe there's somebody else that can go. And then when that person says, oh, well, I can go, then, oh, well, there's somebody going, maybe let me message them and see if they would mind any company or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Victor, this is Carol Brooks.
Hey, Carol.
You can add me to the meetup site if you'd like. I've been trying to move the meetup items that I see over to Facebook.
Okay.
I'm happy to help on the meetup site if we need it to.
Okay, great. All right. That's one, folks. Okay. So, I mean, also with that said, I know members are, hey, Thursday, I'm going to go down to the botanical garden, and you go and you come back and then we hear about it. You show us some pictures at the monthly coffee or something like that. Well, without you just don't want any company, then maybe you could just post it, and maybe, well, that's somebody that we can go and maybe grab a bite to eat after, or a cup of coffee or something. It's something to think about. Okay.
Yeah.
Just something to think about. Carol, I'm writing your name down.
Okay.
Yeah. And the whole thought for me, Victor, was just what you said, was we all know one or two different things and that are interesting to photographers. And if we all got together and crowdsourced this thing, we might all have visibility to a whole lot of interesting things.
Exactly. Okay. So I think it's a really good idea, Frank. And so Carol, before tonight's over, your status will be upgraded. If you need some help, I don't know how savvy you are. You may already be running your own meetup group. I don't know.
No, I'm not familiar with meetup, but I can figure it out.
Okay, well, if you want to, I can do a Zoom with you and walk you
Okay.
through some things, okay?
That sounds good.
So
Same thing.
Victor, we'll do this on the meetup site then?
Yeah, let's do it on the meetup site because I don't want to try to increase the workload for any of the board members.
Sure.
Other than, like you said, you see one or two things, you can post it, okay? I don't want 30 club members sending you 5 or 6 things and you compiling, having to take time and compile a list and stuff like that, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay,
Can I interrupt for a second? This is Holly.
you sure can, Holly.
Thank you. I also wanted to remind everybody that that member news section with upcoming events at the end of our website is also a place that I can share news for you guys. So if you get accepted into a juried show or you have something hanging somewhere and you would like people to go and take a look, let me know and I'll add all those details there. We've done that in the past. And then if they're national, like the Scott Kelby Walk, that Tamron contest that just ran, those kinds of things, all of those, that's a great place I can put all of that information too. So just let me know.
Okay, super. Yeah, that's
So Victor, does it take admin rights to be able to create an event?
on Meetup.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so the people that don't have the admin rights will have to communicate to somebody to get their events posted, right?
They will. And it was strictly talking Meetup right now. There's a link on there when you hit members. It gives you 2 options, all members or leadership team. And they can click on the leadership tab and I will come up, Frank will come up, Carol will come up, okay, after tonight or tomorrow, she'll come up. And anybody else that would like to do that, just let me know, okay? Either email me or just give me a shout out, call me, text for me, not good. But if you need to get hold of me, the best thing to do is call, okay? And that's the only way you're guaranteed. Even if you just get voicemail, then with voicemail, I can just hit, call whoever left the voicemail. Text is not working for me right now.
I have a quick question. Do we have a members directory for our society?
Good
No.
question.
We don't have anything public on Facebook. You can see all of the members of our Facebook group, which I think is over 200, but active paid members, we have about 50, I think, and we don't have that list compiled anywhere publicly.
Okay.
If somebody needs to reach you to put on an event, though, if you click on that membership, all of our names will pop up and we can get to you with an event that way through Meetup.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. And then, so where else was I going with this? All right, I lost my train of thought, so we're gonna move on. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I know where I was going with this. This here, well, that's Meetup. Hang on, let me go back to the web page. Okay, this is the web page, and it's only, the top portion of the web page. Also down at the bottom of this page on our website, any member that maybe has their own web page, or if you've got a Flickr account, a portfolio you want people to see or something like that, let Holly know and she can add a tab with your name on it to go to whatever it is you want to people to see. Okay, like for me, I think you click on me and it takes you to my business website. So that's also something to think about. Okay. All righty, let's move on here. And the YouTube channel, we got the YouTube channel there. Okay. All right, minutes. Okay. You know how we do minutes? And so right now is the time to where we don't have any new people here. So everybody knows that if you wanted to bring something up, you should have went there and read them before we call for the vote. Okay, so it's time for the vote. Is there a motion to approve last month's minutes?
I approve the motions.
Okay, Ralph, okay, I need a second.
Second.
Okay, that's Frank. Okay, so all in favor to approve the minutes, say aye,
Aye.
Aye.
or raise your hand in the video, thumbs up. Okay, any opposed, say nay. Or in the video, say thumbs down on your video feed. Okay, all right, motion to approve the minutes pass. Treasurer's report, this is where we turn it over to Sharon.
Okay, we had a very quiet month. So the only income we've had is 18 cents of interest. We had no expenses, so our ending balance is now $2,322.34. Pretty simple, but if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Okay, I think we're good. All right. Thanks, Sharon.
Uh-huh.
Okay, club business. Okay, Christmas party. Okay, this is September Christmas party, and you know, between now and October, everybody's going to be booking their venues for their Christmas parties. Okay, so I'm going to open the floor up for suggestions. We need. I want to get a feel for, do we want to do potluck? Do we want to cater? Any location suggestions? And is Melissa here? No?
I don't see her in the participant list tonight.
Okay. Melissa had said she would look into a couple of places, and the last I heard, she was reaching. Sharon, or
Yes.
Dennis, did she reach out to y'all?
She did reach out to us, and there are no Mondays in December that we could use. There are a few dates. I think I picked out 6 or 7 here that we could use if we wanted to do something different than our regular meeting date, but the regular meeting date is unavailable.
And or is there any cost involved?
Oh, yes. There's a $175 cost to use the room and a $250 deposit, which would be returned if everything was all right after we left, which it would be because Dennis and I would make sure it was, but so it would cost us at least $175.
Just to use the room?
Yes.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, what room?
Oh, we have a community center here at Mystic Shores, and it holds about, we've put as many as 50 people at tables in that room. We had a Christmas party there a few years back before they started charging. And the rooms already will already have a Christmas tree in and stuff. So it's kind of a nice place. We did a potluck there, but we're out of the way in that we're way on the north side, the northwest side sort of the lake. But it worked out very nicely, but it's a ways for people to come.
okay. All right, thanks, Sharon. Okay, like I said, it's open to the floor. Does anyone that's here at the meeting tonight have any suggestions?
If I may, I would like to get in touch with the senior center here in New Braunfels and see what they have available, because they're moving into the YMCA, which is a bigger area. I mean, it's a bigger building. So I will get in touch with them shortly and see what they have to offer for us.
Okay, so would you be able to email me that, the results of what you find out prior to the October board meeting?
I certainly think so, yes.
Okay, thanks, Ralph. I appreciate that. I'm gonna put you down as an action item. Okay, anybody else?
I know last meeting we talked about potentially doing a reward, an awards banquet in January instead of trying to get a Christmas party fit in. So did we decide the Christmas party was the direction we were going?
No, we haven't decided anything. The board will decide the final decision when we do the October board meeting.
Okay.
But we need input from the membership.
Victor, is Gourmage one that is not available on Monday? Because I was remembering what Sharon said, that no Mondays seem to be available.
Gourmage, I think Gourmage would be available. I don't think I can't say they're booked at the night we want them, but we'd have to go check and see. Are you saying that somewhere you want to have the event?
I'm saying that that's someplace that's the only place I've been. So it crossed my mind. It just struck me as odd that all Mondays were taken, but I believe it in December. That made me wonder if they too were booked already.
We'd have to check and find.
I think that the problem with our community center is it's used for community events. So like there's bridge meeting every first Monday and
Yeah, well, yeah.
Bible club on the second Monday. And so the reason the Mondays are taken is because there are committee meetings and things going on there.
Oh, okay. You were only speaking for.
Just for my community.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. I apologize.
Yeah, no, just speaking for my community center.
Yeah, I think Gourmage would be fun with the wine and cheese and chocolate and all that. I'd be concerned about their capacity. If we think we're going to have 50 people attend a party, it'll probably be pretty crowded in there. If it's only going to be 20 people, it's probably perfect.
That's true. That's true. It is limited in space.
Okay, any other feedback? Okay, if anybody that maybe hadn't had time to think about it or something, if you want to send me an email with a suggestion prior to the next board meeting, which is the Holly, help me out. When's the next board meeting?
1 second, it's in early October. Let me pull up the calendar.
And let me know if it's a Monday or a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday at the moment, and it will be the October 5th. Wednesday, October 5th at 6:30 p.m.
Okay. Now then, I believe the Constitution and bylaws require that we make our meetings, announce our meetings ahead of time and make them available for anyone that would like to come. Okay. Yeah. And I guess the way we need to do that is if you want the board meetings are Zoomed. And if you want to hop in and see what's going on at the board meeting, you're welcome to do so, but you will have to email Beverly prior to the board meeting and request the link to the board meeting. Okay. All right. Okay. And all right, moving on. 2023 Board of Directors. Okay. We have a nominating chairperson, which is Jim.
Jim Wild.
Okay. You want to bring us up, Jim? You want to bring us up to speed on where the committee's at?
Yeah, Patricia and I have worked and contacted current board members and the and then the club members multiple times, multiple emails and phone calls to ask if they would be interested in running for one of the positions. And in the couple emails that were sent, we said, you know, today would be the deadline to nominate yourself or nominate somebody else. And so we've got a list of nominees. And Victor, I don't know, you know, what the procedure is for next. I sent you the list this morning. And so I don't know if you want to show that today or if you want to, if that's for the board meet, the next board meeting.
Well, I believe the way it's supposed to work is you're supposed to provide me a final list either at the next board meeting or prior to just prior to the next board meeting, so the board can take it and prepare it for the monthly meeting, which is the very next week.
Okay.
And at the October meeting, we announced that is the slate that everyone will vote on. Okay.
Yes.
And then we always come November, if anyone is in the November meeting and they just want to, you know, they got struck by lightning the night before and they want to, oh, I'm willing to run, then they can certainly nominate themselves the night of. Okay, but this gives us an opportunity to kind of prepare a semi-ballot or something like that.
Right.
Because I believe last year, and Holly, correct me if I'm wrong, did we not send the list of nominees out to all the membership and allow them to, if they could not attend the meeting, reply back in the email with their vote?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
Okay, so that way everyone has an opportunity to put their 2 cents in, okay?
Excuse me, gentlemen, I needed to say I sent you both an email and there was a point of confusion that I created. I didn't know if you had an opportunity to see that email that I sent.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And you know, this with the timeline now, you know, to the to provide the list at the October meeting, the board meeting, then that gives us time. You know, we can follow up with everybody, even though everybody nominated themselves. We could follow up just to have a confirmation that they're willing to serve if elected, and
Okay.
then present a final list to Victor for that meeting in October.
Sounds good.
That'd be great. So anytime before that Wednesday board meeting, if you'll just email me a final list.
Yes.
Okay, all righty. So can you tell me if there's is there somewhere that we can't fill?
Sorry, is what?
Is there anywhere we can't fill?
No, there's a nominee for every position.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Okay. All right, that's good to know. All right.
at least one.
Okay. All right, moving on. Assignment themes. Okay, we talked about this last month. And I put out a or I asked that you really think about the assignments. Okay, please don't go to one of those websites that gives 365 things to do all year long and cut and paste that and send it to us. Okay. Please think about assignments that you want to participate in. Okay. And if you truly have 12 things you want to participate in, then put 12 things down. And I'm pretty sure that for the folks that religiously submit something every month, you can find 12 things that perk your interest. Okay. But I truly believe that if we're doing things that the bulk of the membership wants to do, we'll be able to increase the number of submissions that we have on a monthly basis. Okay. But the deadline to offer your suggestions is the end of September. Okay. Holly, you need to do it to the club's email address. Holly will compile the suggestions and they'll be presented at the October quarterly meeting for us to decide what 12 are going to move forward for 2023. Okay. And then at the October meeting, we will announce what the 12 items are so that you can go ahead and start working on them. Okay. Because whatever happens in January can be shot between October and January. So, all righty. Okay. Photos and Pembrey, we need suggestions. If we're going to do it for 2023, we need suggestions for some place that might allow us to hang, 20 to 30 or 40 images. Okay. Now it says committed interest by June of 2023. That is the club's drop dead date for submitting a packet to participate. Okay. So I would think as far as committed interest, we need sooner than that, because for us to go to proprietor of some establishment and say, can we fill your walls with art, for them to say yes, they're going to, well, how many works of art are you going to put on the wall and all this, so we got to kind of know that when we're going out to solicit a location to try to do that. Now, the membership as a whole, you've been to places, you've eaten lunch at places, you've gone to different types of galleries and things of that nature. You've seen places that will do shows for different people. If you've got a suggestion of, well, why don't we do it here? Or why don't we do it there? Flood us with that information. Okay. Let us know. Okay. And we'll start doing the research to see if we can participate in 2023. We participated 2 years prior, and we've had a lot of fun doing it. And I think 2023 would be an excellent time to get back in the niche and to doing that. Okay.
I was just looking at the Photo September site to refresh my memory if there were themes or not, and there are not. But one interesting thing is that they anticipate a shortage of available exhibition venues, so they will offer to put your gallery in an online gallery if you cannot find physical space. So that might be an option for us.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then they also, it's open to individual artists as well. And you can submit a series of images and let the Photo September staff choose up to 12 from that series for an exhibit, which I didn't know that was an option. So that's kind of cool.
Okay. So let me ask you something. Is a overview of Photo September and for people in the club now that did not participate in the past, would that be something that y'all be interested in, to where we kind of like did a little Photo September presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll figure something out. Okay. Greater New Braunfels Art Council. Okay. This is, oh, that's me. Man, I thought I was going to switch it over to Daryl, but no, that's the New Braunfels Art League. Okay. Okay. we're still working on the premise that there will be a youth photography contest for 2023. But I wasn't able to attend the last board meeting. So as far as getting final approval from them, it hasn't happened yet. But based on my experience, I don't think it will be an issue. So I think it's still a viable option. I've already contacted the New Braunfels Library and I'm expecting a call back to see if they can provide us with similar dates for next year, but instead of May, in April. So I'm waiting to hear back from them for availability. And then once I can lock down a firm yes from the Art Council, I'd like to put a small committee together to start a solicitation campaign for donations, from the New Braunfels community for support for that event. Okay. So that's where we're at with that. Does anybody have any questions, concerns? Okay. PSA interclub competition, that'd be Dennis. Yeah, let me back up a second. I know there's something else. Oh, okay. Okay, last year's winners of the youth photography contest will be offered a free youth membership to the club. And with school just starting back, I expect the invitations that are being sent to maybe come in slowly, or maybe I'm not sure what kind of response we'll get back from them. So we'll have to follow up on that. Okay. All right. And PSA Interclub competition, that's Dennis.
Okay, well, the first iteration of next year's interclub competition will be in November, which means that in order for us to get the images to PSA in time, I need anybody who wants to submit an image to the selection committee for consideration to get them to me by the 15th of October. All images that are received. Oh yeah, all images that PSA judges have given on 9 this year will automatically go to the selection committee. But if somebody has an image that they would like to get to the selection committee, if you get it to me, we'll make sure that the selection committee considers it. And we're going to need some volunteers for the selection committee. The committee will, of all of the images that the committee looks at, they have to pick 6 that'll go to PSA. And we probably need to have the selection committee pick the images by the 1st of November. So first thing to do is get me any images that if you have images you want, and then we need to go out and get a selection committee. I sent an email out to everybody with the particulars about a month ago, but I'll send it out again in case there are people that didn't get it or don't remember it. So you should get that email here in the next day or two that gives you all the information about what you need to submit an image. And that's it, I guess.
Okay. And Dennis, I will twist a couple of arms and get the selection committee put together for you and let you know who that is in a couple of weeks. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as we got it so they can meet before the 1st of November. That'll be fine.
Got it. Okay. All righty. Thanks, Dennis. PSA, okay. Now this is along with our, well, okay, first PSA has a youth division with regular photo competitions. The Braunfels Photographic Society could offer to send in images for our youth members. Youth outreach program free membership has been approved for those that won the youth photo competition last year. The PSA youth showcase sponsorship needs approval. Okay, and that is an item that was submitted by Carol as an action item. And it's an item that's going to be addressed at the next board meeting. Okay, but I do have a question. Carol, are you still here? Did we lose Carol?
I am here. No, I'm here. I was on mute.
Okay, are you a PSA member?
I am.
Okay, great. Before the board takes this up, as I understand it, you're saying you're willing to be the lead on this project?
Absolutely.
So you'd be the club's PSA representative for the youth division?
Yes.
Okay, okay, great. Are you gonna be able to come to the coffee at the end of the month?
I can try.
Well,
I'm still working full time, so those
Okay.
morning coffees are hard for me.
okay, well, what about the wine and camera?
I can probably make that. Yes.
That's in the, well, that'd be great. Okay, I really would like to talk to you before the board meeting in October. Okay,
Yeah, and I have a little presentation that I'd like to share about maybe putting a youth program together that would include this as well as the Greater New Braunfels program as well. I'm happy to
Okay.
share my screen if you want me to walk through what I put together.
well, I think that'd be excellent. Do I have to stop sharing mine for you to do yours?
Let me look. Yes, you have to stop sharing. It won't let me.
Okay, give me half a second here.
Sure.
Oh, no, I can't. Ooh. Is everybody still there?
Yes.
Okay, all righty. Think I hit a wrong button, but okay, did that work?
Let me see if it's gonna let me.
It worked that you stopped sharing, so that's good.
Let's see.
Yeah, stop sharing without shutting the meeting down.
That's success, Victor. We're seeing
Something's
your screen now.
You're seeing my screen?
Yeah, I want
We're
to see
seeing
screen
something.
broadcast.
Yeah. It's not letting me. Hold on. Let me see. Start broadcast. I'm not sure what it's showing you.
Says you are sharing screen,
Okay.
but all we see is that.
Let me see if I can get it to come up. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, we see your desktop. Oh, there.
Now we see a youth club.
Okay.
You are sharing the screen.
So I think last week, oops, let me go back. Yeah. So last week we talked, last meeting, I believe it was Jerry who brought up the idea of having some sort of youth program. And then Sandy said she would join and I would join on maybe putting a program together. So I thought I would gather some information and then share it back to you all to say what it might be able to look like. So this is just me, using some of the tools that I have available. The youth club is not the name, but just to give you an idea that, we could have a subset of what we do as a part of our meetings being a youth club meeting. And what I thought was good is, thinking about how we can give back to the community and what ways we might be able to do that. So, the proposed committee would be Jerry, Sandy, myself, and anybody else who would want to join us. And then, putting a draft plan together. So I think Jerry made the recommendation this year, could we put a plan together for 2023? And could that look like a monthly club meeting for maybe a group of up and coming who are learning how to take pictures, so ages 8 to 12. I was able to do some research on a couple of photography books for youth, and I found it's called My First Photography Journal. It cost about $6.95. And it walks the students through different information about their camera, and it gives them challenges. So we could give them like a monthly assignment out of their journal to say, this is the picture that you'll work, or this is the photograph that you'll work on for this month. And then they could club share in a meeting just for them, as an example. Could we have a monthly assignment, or have the 13 and over join our monthly assignment each month? We could do some hands-on workshops, have it age specific. One of the things that I was thinking about is, for the high school students, could they come and help us out with a hands-on workshop, or the monthly club meeting for the younger folks, and get volunteer hours that they may need for their scholarships? So there's lots of opportunities here. And then I just plugged in, you have the New Braunfels Art League, the Teen Spring Gallery Show. And I think that's the one that you were talking about, Victor, correct?
No.
No,
The
this
one
is
I
a
was
different,
talking about was the one that we did back in May. At
So then-
the New, oh, wait a minute.
the Greater New Braunfels. So the New Braunfels Art League and the Greater New Braunfels
No,
Art
well,
Council are
well,
different, right?
the art, yeah, they're different. The Art Council sponsored a youth photography contest, and we ran it out of the New Braunfels Library.
Okay. Well, the New Braunfels Art League also has a Teen Spring Gallery Show planned for next year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay.
And then, the PSA Youth Showcase. Now the New Braunfels Art League Teen Spring Gallery, those submissions have to be done by a teacher. But I think we could be supportive in helping younger photographers get prepared for that potentially. On the PSA Youth Showcase, our club would have to submit those entries on behalf of the students who want to participate. So we would have to work probably with a local high school to identify who would want to participate. On the PSA program, it is every year. Submissions are due by October 1st. So we're too late to participate this year, but we could get a plan in place and do some advertising or generation of interest
Hey,
throughout
Carol?
this year. Mhm.
The window for 2023
Mhm.
opens in October and closes, I believe, in April.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then so yeah, I think there's it kind of runs in conjunction with the school year, October to April, with probably an announcement of winners prior to summer break.
Okay.
So
Oh, well, then we could get it started then this year.
yeah, we
I
certainly could.
was understanding that you had to do your submissions by October 1st,
Mm,
but I can figure out the details. But what I wanted to do is just bring it to the club, to our meeting and say, this is what it could look like. I haven't had an opportunity to touch base with Jerry or Sandy yet. That's why I don't have their contact information, but just wanted to get your thoughts on, is this something that you think we should do, and any other thoughts on moving this forward potentially. I know there has to be approval at the board meeting, but just to give a flavor of what it could look like.
Okay, well, is Jerry here tonight?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Jerry, how's it sound to you?
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds promising, some good ideas.
I know you said your availability was going to be limited for the near future, but let me see. Do you have a problem sharing your contact info with Carol? So maybe y'all can talk offline.
No, not at all. That's fine.
Okay. You can send her your contact info directly to her in the chat. That way, you're not sharing it with the entire world that comes back to watch the video. Is Sandy here?
No, she's not here.
Okay. Then let's see. I'll touch base with Sandy and Carol. Is it okay if I give her your contact info
Absolutely.
so she can reach out to you?
Yep.
Okay. And then if you're able to come to the wine and camera things, we can talk some more. And then we can, well, I was going to take your email you sent in, and it's, like I said, it's an action item for the next board meeting. So
Okay.
we'll go forward from there. Okay.
Well, all right. And if anybody else is interested in joining, or you have some ideas that you would want us to put in a proposal, then please let me know. And then Jerry and Sandy and I can get together and propose something and come back to the group.
Okay, super. All right. I appreciate the work you put into this, Carol. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Look forward to seeing what 2023 looks like. Okay.
Let me figure out how to not share. Hold on.
Well, okay.
It's not letting me out. Let's see. There we go.
You're back up and running, Victor. You're on the PSA Youth Photo Competition slide.
Okay, great. Okay. All right, August 22. Okay, this is not Daryl. This is Dennis's. But hey, I got it, Dennis. This just tells who the August photos were judged by, and I'm assuming the results from the August judging is already up on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm also assuming, since we already know who the September judge is, I guess we got a bio.
Yeah, I think I sent it out to everybody, but it,
Okay,
and she's got the photos too. So, I mean, she's judging them now. And she's from just up the street here at Georgetown.
really?
Yeah.
Have we had her before?
No,
Okay. Okay.
I'll send the bio out again.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I'll look her up on PSA. Okay. New Braunfels Art League, Daryl, Daryl, are you still here?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, yes.
I know you got in. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
So here we go. Well, tell us anything you want to tell us about the Art League, plus maybe anything you know about these two call for entries.
Well, I know that the piece by piece show is up in the gallery now. And that was one that was open to everybody, photo club members included. I don't know if anybody in the photo club had entered anything in that show, but that's over on the 8th of October. And on the 10th of October will be the submissions open to non-Art League members. Definitely open to all New Braunfels Photo Society members to enter anything. Oktoberfest is a wide open subject matter. Doesn't make any difference what the subject is. Bring in your best works from 9 to 1, I think it is. And look forward to getting a call. First prize is $100, second prize 75, and it goes down to 50 for third and on down for honorable mention. So that's an opportunity that you might want to take advantage of, given the quality of the photographs that I see all the time. Small works for the big holiday, that submission is on November 21st, as you have listed so nicely there. You do not have to be a member to join Oktoberfest, but as you can see the asterisk there, you have to be a member. It's not hard being a member. It costs you $30. You don't have to leave a blood sample or take a drug test or anything. It's just $30. So you might want to take advantage of that opportunity to show your work regularly at the art gallery. Any questions? No questions.
Hey, Daryl.
Yeah.
I guess every month is, let me ask you this. I remember a couple of times when I went in there, another group was doing like a display week in the gallery. Okay. And in fact, I believe it was a group from the Canyon Lake area.
Right.
So what kind of arrangement does the Art League make with the Canyon Lake folks for them to display their work?
It starts about a year and a half before the submission date for that club. And they have to get on the calendar, which is in the process of being, well, it may be about finalized now, to get on get a date. And of course, come up with some cash to run it there. But yeah, it lasts for about a month usually. And it's like any of the other shows, except that only those people who have organized this will be able to enter. So if the photo club wanted to enter, then they would be in charge of taking care of the installation and the admission, all that sort of thing. So easy enough to do.
What kind of cash are we talking about?
I think it's last I heard it was 1,500.
Oh, okay. So we wanted to do a photo simprimbre at the gallery. It costs us 1,500.
Or whatever you want to call the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just booking it for a month. They don't care what you call it.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. I just wanted some ideas. Obviously, you know me. I always try to go on I always try to go for the less expensive option. Okay. All righty. All right. Thanks, Daryl. Okay. And then we have, we have the next two calls for entries from A. Smith Gallery. And I guess we need to do a field trip to Johnson City one of these days. Well, let me ask anybody that's here tonight, has anybody other than Holly, because I'm sure she has, submitted an entry to A. Smith Gallery before?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
I got accepted too.
Daryl, you got accepted?
Yeah, I did.
How long ago?
Oh, probably almost 2 years ago now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, listen, guys, these are those things that we want to hear about. And we'd rather hear about them when we got time to, hey, let's go up there and look at it. Okay. Not after it's come and gone. So if you submit, okay, and you get notified you were accepted, then please let us know, okay, so that we can try to, I'm always looking for a reason for a road trip, okay? And that's one of the better reasons I can think of than just picking a day to go. Okay, all right. Okay, here's something that wasn't on the agenda, but I thought I'd let everybody know because it's happening in October. But the 10th annual San Antonio Photography Tournament is on Sunday, October 16th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, at the Dominion Country Club there on the west side of San Antonio off of I-10. Okay, the cost to enter is $39, and we have a few members that have been in it before, and we've got a few members that have come away with some prizes. Okay, I think Ed and Holly have been high winners before. So it is Holly here? Well, yeah, Holly's here.
Yeah, yeah.
How you want to share your experience?
It was really interesting because you don't get the categories until you arrive. And I think there are 12 or 16 total, and you can just walk around for several hours shooting things to those categories. You can choose to enter one category or all of them, but you can only pick one picture to be looked at for each category. And it has no editing whatsoever. You shoot in JPEG mode and you hand over your SD card straight out of camera, and that's what they judge. And I was lucky enough to get first place for abstract, and then second overall runner-up. I was the runner-up winner for the whole contest for the same for abstract.
And then-
Congratulations.
Yes.
And Holly was well, Holly participated in the last in-person event they had in I guess the last 2 years. It was Zoomed. And is Ed here tonight?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ed, you placed somewhere up there high in the first Zoom one, right? Because of COVID?
Yeah, it was perspective. I think I took this perspective category. I took a picture of buns in the oven from the oven's point of view.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I remember
Love
that
it.
photo. I thought it was pretty cool. Reminds me of that guy on the Food Network. Anybody who watches Food Network probably knows who I'm talking about. Always
Talking
opened up.
about Elton,
Yeah.
Elton
So,
Brown.
Yeah. But anyway,
So where do you shoot? You show up there. Is it just around in that area? You go wherever you want. How does it work?
it's around that area at the Dominion. Okay. And this is the first in person since COVID. Okay. So they've gone back to in person. So it's you show up, they give you a list of 15 categories, and then they release, they kind of keep you there in the ballroom area that's set up with a bunch of tables and stuff like that, to give you kind of like a quick overview of how the day's going to go and what you need to do. And then they cut you loose and send you out. And basically they tell you where you can't go, and anywhere they tell you anywhere else that wasn't included in the can't go list is open. Okay. But you pretty much have to stay pretty close to the Dominion confines. Okay. You can't jump in the car and head down to the botanical gardens and shoot a bunch of stuff and then come back. You got to stay on site. And then you come in around 12 or so, because they got a deadline for everything to be turned in so that it can be divided up and given to the different judges. In the past, they've had 5 judges that would judge 3 categories each. And then they announce the winners, and then they'll have the winner from last year be the overall judge for the overall photo that wins the first place for the entire competition. But that person only gets the first and second photo from each category. So they only have 30 photos to look through to pick from for the overall winner. Okay. And you kind of sweat that, because if you're given 30 photos and they go, well, pick a winner. Well, 15 of them were first place photos, 15 of them were second place photos. And then you just hope that the photo you picked to be the overall winning photo came from the first place photos, because you don't know how they rated before you get them. So, okay.
Oh, and
that's-
by the way, Victor won overall a few years ago there too, so.
Yeah, we weren't going to say that. But thank you. Yes, I did win overall. So, okay. Open discussion. So, who wants to go first?
I
Okay,
technically went
I'll-
first already.
Do what?
I said I technically went first already.
You did. So I'll go second. Okay. Is Jeff here?
Yes.
Okay. How you doing, Jeff?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Hey, listen, we've got a ribbon for you from the last interclub competition, to where you're one of your the photo you submitted won honorable mention. Okay.
Okay.
But you weren't at our last in-person meeting, or at a coffee, or at the wine and cheese thing for us to give it to you in person. So what I'm going to try to do is, in the next couple of weeks or so, hunt you down at Sue's Coffee.
Okay.
'Cause
And
you-
Victor, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the thought and the effort. But if it's inconvenient, you can hand it off to Patricia or somebody, maybe. And she
Yes.
can give it to me.
Gladly.
I'm working on Wednesdays into October, and took a part-time job for a little while. So
Oh, really?
Wednesdays are out for me.
Oh, okay. Okay. But you're still making the Thursday coffees, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, good. Okay. I'll just, well, whenever I can get it to Patricia or you, I think I'd like to get it to you, though. I still have to run by the studio and peel it off my photos. Had to put it somewhere, so I figured if it's sticking on one of my photos, every time I go into the studio, I see it and I remember, oh, I gotta get that to Jeff. I'm just kidding.
That's
I've used
pretty-
that joke twice already. It's getting old, I guess. Okay. So no, not yet. Who's next? Who's got something to say?
Hey, Victor, this is Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, I do have some information to pass along, opportunity, I guess. It'll take me a couple of minutes to go through this.
Okay, go for
In
it.
the past, I had talked about shooting theater, and after the last meeting, I was speaking with a couple of folks, and they showed some interest in possibly wanting to be able to go in and shoot some theater stage performance. So I did actually get approval to do that. Now, there's a lot of rules that I have that would have to go along with that for anybody who would want to go and shoot. I have 2 opportunities in October, and then that will really be the last show that they have scheduled until January or February, but they don't have that schedule out yet. So what I'm saying is I have 2 opportunities coming up with about no more than 3 people per night, 2 nights, so a total of 6 people in October. And then with the understanding that the first part of next year we'll have other opportunities. So that wouldn't be the last chance. So here are some of the rules that you would have to abide by. If you're interested in doing this, let me know as soon as possible. You will have to shoot on silent or as close to silent mode as you can get. No flash, no video, no sharing or posting of any pictures that you take. And the reason for that is that these performances are trademark, copywritten. So, and the director doesn't want the pictures to get out into the populace because it could give away the plot or etc. So no sharing or posting of any photos. You would need to be at the theater at about 6:30, 7 o'clock and stay until approximately 9:30 or 10 when the rehearsal is over. These are dress rehearsals, but you can't be getting up, leaving, coming back because they're rehearsing for their performances. There would be an intermission in most shows, approximately an hour in. You have a 15-minute intermission. You have another hour, hour 15 until the show's over. So you figure you would need to be there around 6:30 and not leaving until probably 9:30 or 10 with a 15-minute break. Let's see. And there may be some other restrictions imposed by the director of theater staff, but that's really the gist of it. It would be an opportunity for those people who have never shot a stage or theater to go in and do that and then just see what it's like, what the experience is like. So are there anybody have any? I know Bill said that Bill Brittle said that he wanted to attend. Is there any other interest in doing this?
Hey, Jerry, this is Frank. I'd love to do that with you.
Okay, thanks, Frank. And it would, so everybody knows, the theater is Circle Arts Theater in New Braunfels. It's a smallish community theater down in Landa Park. It seats 150, probably no more than 200, probably about 175 people, somewhere around there. So it's going to be pretty small. So anyway, I will send out the information. The 2 dates that I have available right now are Monday, the 3rd of October and Wednesday, the 5th of October, 5 October. Again, 6:30 in the evening till 9:30 or 10. Anybody else interested? Okay, I will send it out via email to everyone, give you the details again, and let me know if you would like to. And this is not going to be the last opportunity. There will be more opportunities the first part of next year and into next year. Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. And I just want, I got a question. You said the photos can't be shared because maybe they didn't want to let the plot might be got out or something like that. Is there flexibility to where people could use the photos in their portfolio after the play quit playing?
Yeah, absolutely. And another caveat to this, the Monday night, the set, the actual stage and the set may not be 100% ready, show ready. Typically, they have that finished like on Thursday night, maybe Wednesday night, but they work on the stage, getting things in place and set up right up almost sometimes up until the night before the actual performance. So yeah, absolutely. And when I say you can't not to share them, the biggest concern is the show that's coming up in October is called 39 Steps. It's an Alfred Hitchcock show. And so there will be elements to that where there will be, the opportunity to capture very key details about that play. And obviously the director doesn't want those, flying around. But once the show has ended, as far as like if it's a 2-week run on the show, 2 weekends, that second weekend and the show has finally wrapped up, then you can share your photos.
Jerry, I have a question. This is Holly. Are there minors in the play?
No, not in this one, to my knowledge. They do have some other plays between October and the end of December, but they're youth and younger children. And I'm not going to take anybody in to shoot those.
Yeah. Do you think that if someone were going to use an image in their portfolio, they would need to get a model release from the actor?
Oh,
Just I'm trying to think through legalities.
yeah.
Well,
Possibly.
let me jump in on that. Okay. If you're going to put it in your portfolio, well, this is my understanding. Okay. And is that if there is no intent to derive some type of compensation or profit from the use of it, then you can do it. Okay. Without there's a sign at the venue that says no photography. But obviously if they allow you to come in to take the photos, and as long as you're not putting it up in an online gallery and saying, hey, here's a photo, $300. As long as you're not doing that, because obviously the folks in the photo potentially have a interest in that if you make any profit from it. Okay. And that's been my experience in the past, because I've shot some stuff that that can be used for promotional use, but cannot be used for promotional use, but not commercial use. Okay. And what I mean by commercial use is I can't sell it or anything like that. But if somebody's got, if you have other experience, then let us know. That's how we learn.
Yeah, so the restriction on obviously absolutely no video. Many of these restrictions are based on a couple of things. One, we don't want to interrupt what they're doing, obviously. And two, these shows are either copywritten, trademarked, etc. And that's why you can't take, under normal circumstances, video, photos, and things like that of a production, because they are trademarked.
Okay. So Jerry, You take photos all the time. What do you do with yours?
When I shoot the photos, I give them to the theaters, to the director that I work with
Uh-huh.
99% of the time. I share those specifically with her, and then she uses my photos for promotional use on their Facebook page. And then at the end of the production, she gives me the go ahead to release the photos. I say release them to the folks that are in the production, the actors. So I share those out with the actors that are in the play. And that's all I do with any of the photos that I ever shoot for them.
Okay, so you don't have a portfolio up somewhere sharing the photos with the general public?
No, not of any theater, not of any of the theater shots.
Okay, all right.
What's the theater name?
Circle Arts.
Circle Arts. So
It's
that's their Facebook?
Yes, Circle Arts Theater, and it's in Landa Park. And if you're unaware of where,
Yeah, I think I've been by it a couple times. Always wondered what that was.
yeah, it's kind of tucked away. If you don't know what's there, you can drive past it very easily.
So do they give you photo credit on their Facebook page?
Not usually. Typically, they use it in promotion for the show. That's, to try to sell the tickets and drum up interest. I go shoot the pictures. I share them with the director, and then she shares them out on Facebook. But no, I haven't received any photo credits. I just do it for them, primarily because my son was with this at Circle Arts. He's not now. He just left this past August to go to Penn State. So he's out there going to college and no longer involved, but I continue to shoot for him.
Okay, all right. The last thing I want to, hey, Frank.
Yep.
I just want to mention to you that I believe the Monday and Wednesday he's talking about,
Yeah.
the Wednesday is the board meeting.
Well, that's good to know. I looked up Monday. I didn't look up Wednesday. So I suppose I should try to attend the board meeting, huh?
Well, that would be nice.
Jerry, I guess I'll be there Monday.
Okay, I'll send all of the information out again via email. If you're interested, let me know. And again, this is not the last opportunity. We will have more opportunities going forward into 2023.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Like I said, this Bill Brito again, definitely send me something. We'll take a look at it.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank
Okay,
you. That's all.
thanks. Anybody else? Okay, hey, Ralph. Are you with us, Ralph? Did Ralph leave?
I don't see him on here.
Yeah, I don't see him in here anymore either. He might
Okay,
have lost his connection or something. I'll keep an eye on to see if he comes back.
okay. Well, listen, Ralph sent me an email that says the senior center is planning a Halloween costume party on Friday, October 28th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And they're asking if anyone is available to stop by for a while to take photos of the seniors that dressed up for the Halloween party, costume party. And they expect to be in their new building by then, which is across from 710 Landon, which I guess is the old YMCA building. So,
I can handle that.
well, I need you to reach out to Ralph, okay?
I'll do that. I'll do
And let
that.
him know that you're willing to do that, okay? That's an opportunity for us to provide photographic support back to the community.
Did you say, oh, okay, October 28th, right?
Yeah, October 28th,
Okay, yeah, 'cause Halloween's not until the 31st. Okay,
right?
all right.
Okay.
I'll contact Ralph. Maybe him and I can get together and handle that.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
Victor,
Okay.
real quick, this is Carol. Are we tracking all the support that we give to the community and reporting on it, or are we not?
Well, yeah, we are tracking because I believe it was 2020. We were given a service award by PSA. And we were the only club that year to receive a service award. And one of the requirements to for the service award was community service. So yeah, we track it so that we could try to qualify for that again.
So I did go out to the Greater New Braunfels Art Council mixer, and I did work their front table for 3.5 hours.
Oh, you didn't do photos?
I didn't do photos because whoever you had as primary was there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking for somebody else to walk around. I kept thinking, where's Carol?
I was there. I was at the front table.
Okay, I guess I just didn't spot you.
Okay, listen, guys, when we send two people to these mixers, one of the reasons we do it is in case one person gets sick, then somebody actually does show up. But the other reason is so that you can take pictures of each other taking pictures. And that's our photographic documentation that, hey, we were out at this event shooting photos, and here's our photographers behind the scene things.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
Next
even
time I'll hand somebody my camera. It's here, take my picture.
now you got to have a camera in your hand.
Oh, I
taking
gotta have
pictures.
a camera.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
well, William, I was going to introduce myself, but we were busy at that table almost the
Yeah,
whole time.
that night was busy. That
Yeah,
night was
very busy.
Well, did y'all have fun?
Yeah, I mean, they had a huge turnout. I didn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
have time to go down and look at anything.
Okay.
Okay. If anybody wants to see those photos from that art mixer, send me an email and I'll send you a QR code to where you could look at them. I'd actually like for people to look at them and kind of critique them a little bit for me. It's like, hey, Bill, this one's too bright. This one's too dark. This one doesn't make any sense. So as I shoot these events, I could get a little more, I could get better. Let's just put it that way, get better. And don't be afraid to hurt my feelings. I'm thick skinned.
So, William, how do we get a hold of you?
Well,
Can you-
okay, I'm going to tell you, and I don't care, anybody can have this email address. Okay, my email address is river, RIVER 160 MEX @yahoo.com.
Awesome.
And I'll send you a QR code and you can just scan that code and it'll go right to that mixer.
Okay. And hey, Bill, you can type it in the chat menu and send it, and everybody that's on will get it.
Okay.
Okay. All righty. Hey, Carol, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Would you mind critiquing our photos tonight?
Critiquing what photos?
Well, providing some feedback after the
Sure.
artist has provided their comments.
I've never done it before, but I'm happy to.
That'd be great. Okay, so, and no, I'm going backwards. Time for photo review. So the assignment this month was animals, and each artist has about 2 minutes. We don't stick to it all without we're in person at the library and running out of time. Okay, but here are the assignment photos. Okay, all right. Go ahead, take it away, Carol, and you let me know when you're ready to move to this one.
Okay, so I don't know what animal this is. I'm gonna guess it is
A prairie dog.
a prairie dog. Okay, chipmunk or a prairie dog. You know, I think this one evoked emotion of a mother and a child to me when I looked at it. It was a great capture, lots of good detail in the fur and the eyes at the camera. I know you don't make that happen, but it was a good capture.
Okay, all right. And Carol, usually what we do is we look at the top and see who the artist was, and we see
Okay.
if they're here. And if they are here, we give them a couple of minutes to tell us where they shot the photo and any interesting details before we go into the.
Oh, so you want me to curate? Okay, gotcha.
And
Debbie, are you here?
Debbie is not here.
Okay.
Okay, moving on then.
All right, this
So
is
Barbara, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh.
I was sitting at one of the bird blinds at Crescent Bend in one of those 105-degree days and was ready to pack up. The sun was actually fairly harsh, but I looked up and there was this baby raccoon, and someone had set up a reflection pond and they had actually put bird seed and things in there. So this little raccoon came in and was digging the bird seed and cooling off, and I just thought it made a nice little cute animal picture.
absolutely beating the heart. This one captured my eye from the standpoint of the lighting on the one side. And so, you know, that made me look directly at the raccoon. And I think, you know, the water ripples along with the rocks and the background make it stand out for me. Anyone else have comments here?
Barbara, this is Holly. I love how the tail of the raccoon kind of goes out to the right part of the image, and that's kind of where the negative space is, and you can see kind of is curving along the rocky shore. So the composition to me is exquisite. Love it. I think my only suggestion would be just brighten up the right eye a little bit, because it just looks a little dark in shadow.
Okay.
Yeah, I love this too. The only thing I would do is to darken those rocks that are just above the tail. It just a little distracting for me.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, this is wonderful.
All right. Is James here? Okay,
No, he's not.
all right. Carol, you want to give us?
Sure. Coco Chanel by James Mosley. I love the red background. I think it makes the dachshund stand out. And the details in terms of his nails really add to the picture from my perspective, but I'll open it up to others.
Did he try to turn that into a painting?
Well, we don't
is
know.
some kind
We
of-
don't know since he's not here, but I
Yeah.
see what you're talking about.
Yeah, there is some kind of
Yeah.
filter or effect or something applied. I think it looks just a tiny bit out of focus when it's
Yeah,
blown up.
mostly like from the doll, if you drew a line or something on the, what would that be, like the armrest? From the armrest up, it looks like he did some kind of effect on there. Nice though, I like it.
Okay, thanks for the feedback, guys. I'm sure if he goes back and watches the Zoom video, he'll appreciate it. Okay. All right. Is Suzanne in here?
We've got Suzanne Packard, but not Suzanne Daunt.
Okay, go ahead, Carol.
Okay, Copper's Hawk by Suzanne Daunt. Really sharp in the eyes. The bird stands out for me because of the green that's surrounding it. Anyone else here?
Well, it is a really super sharp photo.
I really,
Don't-
I liked it just because just the composition and more than the composition, it almost looks like, you know, the Suzanne was directing this hawk on how to pose.
It's got a lot of depth, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the only suggestion I would offer is that little stem of blue flowers coming out of the hawk's head at the very top.
Mhm.
I think I would clone that out. It's just a little distracting for me. I don't know why, but okay. Thanks, Carol. Okay, go ahead, Carol. Well, Sharon.
This was taken at, I think it's Martin Lake, anyway, in Louisiana. I love the fact that the mosses and the greenery around the egret were as beautiful as they were. It was a beautiful setting. It was a lot of fun.
For me, your egret stands out against the background, which makes it pop. While I can't see all the details, I can see its eye, and I think I can see its eye because of the surrounding. It has a little bit of the reflection in the ripples of the water. And I think the moss that's hanging down adds to the photograph as well. Others thoughts here?
A lot of great texture in that picture.
I like the movement. You can see the moss swaying over to the right, maybe with a gentle breeze or something, and that just adds so much to the image.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Thanks, Sharon. Okay, Ed. Ed, please tell me this is a composite and you don't have that many dogs. Is Ed still here?
He's here. He must be muted.
Okay, I found this on the web for he's here. He must be muted.
Sorry about
Check
that.
it out.
I must have clicked it twice. I'm sorry. No, this is 5 images that I composited together. We were outside playing ball, and she loves catching the tennis balls. So as you can see, she gets, like, from watching me to get very intense to try and catch the ball in the air.
Like it. I like it. I like how you put them all together, almost like a flip book.
Nicely done. I mean, I couldn't tell it was all the same dog. I thought it was 5 dogs and 5 balls. So awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Ed. Suzanne.
I went to the the Garden Ridge drive-through safari park.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to get a great picture of a bull, but I thought the giraffe came out better. I like the detail on the I guess it's called mane along its neck there, and then also got nice detail on the whiskers there. Anyway, I thought this was my best picture.
I love the contrast of the green on the back, and then the tree has the branches. I think it makes interesting across the entire picture, and the giraffe pops for me. I did see the whiskers too, so that's great.
Suzanne, I'm thoroughly impressed. 200 millimeters, 1/30th of a second. Were you hand holding this or on a tripod?
No, I was in my car, so yes, I was hand holding it. You're not allowed to get out of your car and look.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I think the pattern of the tree almost mimics the pattern of the neck, just in a different color combination. I thought that was interesting.
I agree with you. And I was hopeful that that added to it instead of subtracting picture. That's why I didn't mention it, because I wasn't really sure if it added to the picture or not.
I like it.
Oh, thank you.
Suzanne, my only recommendation would be there's one little white blob of tree bokeh right above his nose, like up right above his eyebrow, eyeline, nose area. I would just clone that out.
I tried, I wasn't having success. I was trying to do that and I wasn't having success, but I do agree with you, Holly. I think that would, out of anything, that does kind of detract from the picture.
That was seriously the only criticism I could find.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, really great job, Suzanne. Okay. Brian, is Brian in here tonight?
No, he's not here tonight.
Okay, Carol, take it away.
Yep. So this is Green Jay by Brian. And for me, this looks like it's in 3D. So the brightness of the bird against the background is just stunning. It makes his eyes stand out. It makes the feathers on his wings stand out. And you can really see that motion of what's about to happen, what's happening and what's about to happen.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment?
The eye is what fascinated me. It's really tough when a bird's in flight to get a clear shot of their eye, but everything in his head is very, very clear.
Besides the obvious stunning clarity and color, the fact that the bird has a notched wing, like a broken wing in two spots, and you can see every tiny little striation in those feathers, it's just a stunning capture. And I love that there's a little imperfection in the bird.
True.
Okay, thanks, everybody. Melissa, well, we know Melissa's not here, so take it away, Carol.
So Just Hanging Out by Melissa. I'm assuming this is some sort of fox, but he blends in with the tree. I mean, I didn't notice him right away. I noticed his head right away, but did not necessarily notice the body right away, because his tail kind of makes the break in the branch for the tree. But very interesting shot.
Any other comments?
I
from the
like
group?
the way he's looking right at the camera. I mean, it looks like he's looking right at the camera. Very intense. I think and again, she can't control that, but it's a good capture.
The one distraction that I have is the yellow in the bottom corner.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like it was painted in after, or, you know, maybe there's probably just a blob of sunshine coming through there, but I would have like taken some of the greenery from the top and
Blended in.
yeah, kind of cloned it in down there, made it be similar. And I think it's slightly underexposed, but I can't tell until I pull it into like ACR or something.
Okay. All right, thanks, everybody. Dennis.
Yeah, I took this because I thought it told a story, but mostly this is our dog, by the way. Why I took it is because I think she has unique eyes, and I wanted to sort of showcase them, and I think I kind of did that. So
More, please. Thank you, Dennis. Definitely captures her character with her little turned down ear and her dual eye, the different eye color. And then obviously she's a snacker or looking for a snack. You can really see her whiskers there on the bottom as well. I think the background color helps to make her stand out.
yeah, it was really cluttered, so I just put a different background in there.
All right, any other comments from the group? Okay, thanks, Dennis. Patricia.
Yeah, that's a trip that I took down south with Sandy. This is the rookery, and that's a great blue heron. And he's coming in for a landing.
I think this is an awesome capture. I think the blue, the blue sky in the background actually helps you with the detail, but it's very sharp in terms of his talons on the back end. You see him pushing his talons out, getting ready to bring that forward. So again, you've got the motion, and then you see the feathers spreading out as well.
I did a little work in topaz with this one, but mainly it was a large crop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any
Any other comments from the group? Okay, thanks, Patricia. Jeff.
This is actually in my backyard. Had a female fox hanging out collecting food. She was getting ready to have her litter. But she was worried about the deer being in the area, so she was very intently scoping everything out before she came out to look for food. It was the 150 to 600, so the depth of field on it is extremely shallow, which really blurred out the front.
Jeff, you must have the coolest backyard. Because you always have the most unique animal pictures or wildlife pictures.
It's pretty cool. I put a lot of work into it, but thank you. I really like it.
So this is a similar fox to that was in the tree if you look at the color of the tail. But for me, I think the eyes pop and on the face, and you can see that intenseness as you describe her looking around for whatever it is that she's in need of and being very particular about it. I mean, that emotion comes across in the picture. The rocks for me are a little distracting, but I love the sharpness of the fox. Others?
The detail of the fur is very nice. Actually, the detail of the entire fox came out very nice, but the rocks are a little distracting in the foreground.
And I agree with that. Like I say, I really wasn't anything else I could do with it because they were so much further forward than she was, but thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Carol.
All right. I don't know what kind of rodent this is, but they're prevalent on the coast in California. So I'm often on business trips out to California for work. And these little guys have holes all along the shoreline of California. And so I sat and waited and waited and waited and kept taking pictures, and I finally captured him.
Okay, comments from the group?
Your patience paid off. I know what it's like taking 30, 50 photos just to get that one. Your patience paid off. It came out very nice.
Thank you. And it looks like he has to go to the dentist there in the front, his yellow on his teeth.
Okay, thanks, Carol. Daryl. Is he still with us?
He is, he's just muted there.
Okay.
I don't know where this thing came from, but it wanted me bad. So I suggested to my wife that we go down to the lake and learn how to swim, but she didn't like that suggestion. So I had to take a picture while she was still with us. And I'm afraid she rules the house now.
Not surprising. Isn't she adorable? Is
So
that a spot, an injury, or is that a color?
No, that must have been an injury because I found her underneath the transmission on my garden tractor, and how she got in there, I don't know, but she came out when I offered food.
It's amazing how pets sometimes just pick their people.
I don't know.
And you can see the ask in her face. And look at how large her paw is. That stood out to me in this picture.
Well, she's closer to the lens than her nose is, so.
True.
Thank you.
Ralph is not here.
Oh.
So Ringtail Lamar, I can't say that one, Lamar. For me, the blackish or dark background helps to showcase the animals. I love the amber in the eyes, and that was caught, so good lighting there. And I think the bark on the tree that they're sitting on also adds texture to the picture. Other thoughts?
I think it's a really strong image. They're really detailed and they're well lit and isolated well against the background. It's nice.
This was last November. I went with some for at Thanksgiving, went out with some family from Phoenix out to the National Seashore with our dog and theirs, and just spent an hour taking pictures of the dogs and throwing the ball around, and finally got one that they were both chasing after the ball. One, the black dog was a lot faster and more aggressive than the red dog, but the red one was more interested. It wanted to get the ball, but was more interested in just standing back and watching the other one.
And that's what stood out to me is your red one was saying, "You can have it," because the intensity on the dark one's face and making that sharp, looks like sharp turn to get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And you got all the sand kicked up there. So you can see it's in motion for sure.
Great action shot.
Other thoughts here?
I just think it's a good action shot.
Oh, that both of them were, especially the black dog, was just running and running for an hour or more. Never ran out of energy.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Okay, and the next photo is our winner. And our
Congratulations.
winner is Green Jay by Brian. And Sharon will email him a code, and I don't know. Should we ask Sharon to hold the code till Brian watches the YouTube video and finds out he's the winner?
I don't know about that.
No, I'll be sending out the winner email here probably within an hour, so he'll find out.
Okay, all right. Well, Sharon, when you send the code, tell him if he wants to hear comments on his photo to go watch the YouTube video.
Okay.
All right. So congratulations to Brian, and folks, based on the time, I think we're going to end it here and not do the other two. Holly, how many photos did we have in the assignment category this month?
About 16, and then we had about 15 in black and white and another 16 in color. But if
Okay.
anyone wanted to get any feedback, on their image in particular, I'm happy to provide a private critique. So just send me an email and I'd be happy to give you my thoughts.
Super.
Thank you, Holly. Yeah.
Holly, have you, I know you used to do that in the black and white and color on the Facebook page. Have you cut back on doing that?
I have not hardly done anything photography related this whole year. Just have not kind of recovered back from COVID. So I'm still struggling.
Okay. It shows you how much I am able to stay abreast, not having a Facebook account anymore. Okay. Well, folks, we're going to end it tonight right here. It's 8:27. I'll use the last 3 minutes for any alibis. Last call for any comments about anything.
Next month's theme is doorknobs.
That'd be a good one to see. Anybody else?
Got the rodeo coming up here in New Braunfels.
You got any more details than that?
I'm going September the 25th. That's on a, what is that? I think that's on a Sunday at 2:00. That's for the bull riding, but I'm thinking it runs from the 21st to the 25th.
That's the county fair.
Yeah, that's the county fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
That's-
21 through
That's
the
another
20
one of those things that would be great for that events list.
The 21 through the 24, the rodeo is at night. And on the 25th, it's at 2:00 in the afternoon. So this will be my first time going to this one. So we'll see what it's like.
And there is a tractor pull event as well. I know I posted it on the Facebook page, but I'm not finding it right this minute.
Yeah, I remember when I used to have a Facebook account, those things that come up in your news stream, once you click on it and look at it, it's hard to ever go back and find it. Listen, I'm going to stop the share for just a second. There is one more thing I want to bring to everyone's attention. Let me see how I can stop the share here. There we go, stop the share. And then let me get, I want to bring an item to everyone's attention on the Facebook page. Not the Facebook page, but the meetup site. Here we go. Let me start a new share. Okay, can you see the meetup site now? Okay. I want to go over, and I'm just going to show you real quick. If you hit the members link here, it brings up all members. Then there's people pending, asking to join. Right now, we don't have anybody, but the leadership team, if you want to send something to the leadership team and you don't want to like thumb through all the different people in the club, well, they're not all these people are in the club, but they're people that want to know what we're doing. Some of them are people that want to know what we're doing. But if you click on leadership team, then you get the group sponsor, which is the person paying for the site, and then you get me as co-organizer, and then Frank as assistant organizer. Let me go back to all members and see if let's see. Carol, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, Carol. There we go.
Awesome.
Okay, so go in there and give it a whirl, and if you have questions, let me know, and we can do not
Sounds
this week
good.
though. I'm going into BAMC tomorrow, and I'll be down for a week. Well, I'll be down till about probably Friday, but next week, if you need a Zoom consultation, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, the other thing I wanted to show everybody is we have these photo albums. Okay, so if you want to go back and look at some old photos that were done when we were a little more active on the meetup site. But what I did want to show you is items for buy, sell, or trade. Okay, that's a photo album to where if you have used equipment and you want to sell it, this is a place you can go and post it. Okay. Anthony has a majority of the photos in here right now. And his first photo that he posted, and this was back in January, was of a list of everything that he had for sale. Now that was back in January, so I don't know how current that list is, but then you can also drop down to the different photos and see what these items are. But if you have something to sell and you want to upload a photo, feel free to do it. Upload your photo. The only thing I would ask you to do, let me pull up one as an example, is, he has an overall list here. And I guess if we see something that we like, we got to go to it. And we see, well, this is an Impact BHE 106. But he doesn't add a caption and he doesn't leave a comment. I would have preferred if at least when you add a caption, put how much you want for it, or or make offer or something like that. Okay. But I guess maybe in his first photo, yeah, he's got prices here. So I see why he did it. He just did everything here and we just have to find it. I guess if that was something I wanted, I'd have to figure out which one it was on here and then see what he wanted. But if you just got one or two items, make sure to use the caption and remarks block to, say what you want. Okay. So that's a benefit to anybody in the club if you're trying to sell something. Okay. That album is there for everybody. Plus, if you want your own gallery, okay, and you want to have an album that is just photos by Victor, okay, we'll create your own album and you'll be the only one that can put photos in there. And then you can use the URL to that album if you want to use it to promote your portfolio. Okay, so use it as a portfolio builder. If you're not already using some other, if you've already got something in place and it's working for you, great. And if not, it's an option there for you. Okay. And our next event is going to be the Wine, Cheese, and Cameras at Grammage on September 22nd starts at 5 p.m. And then the week after that, on the 28th, we have a coffee at Panera. Okay. And then after that, we have the next month's meeting. All right. That's all I have. If nobody else has anything, I'll go ahead and close the meeting. Anybody? Okay. I'm going to stop the share. And now that I've stopped the share, I can actually see who's here.